Clare FM's Morning Focus. Real voices, bringing you real stories.
And I'm joined now in studio by Derrick, Lynch, an expert on Clare versus Limerick fixtures, which is just as well because we've a ton of them to get through, don't we, Derrick?
There's a lot of people who disagree with you there, Alan, but thank you.
They would. Sorry, I wasn't tempting people to text in and give out about Derrick. But before that, we're going to start with a Clare Carlow fixture, 6 o'clock throw in at Netwatch Dr. Cullen Park in Carlow for Clare's 5th outing in Division 1B of the National Hurling League, looking to maintain that perfect record, which you would expect them to do so. Carlow have home advantage though, and no doubt it'll be keenly fought game, but this is one of our live games. Of course, we'll get to the football in a moment, thrown in at the same time, so you'll be back and forth. You'll be in Carlow.
Exactly, yeah. And Brian has gone strong for this game. He's made 6 changes, but I suppose it's testament to the depth in the squad that it's a very strong looking Clare team, even with those 6 changes made. David McInerney at centre back, I think, is something that a lot of people will be looking forward to seeing. Tony Kelly starts at 11. First start for Jamie Moylan at wing back, really looking forward to that. And Ian Galvin starts in the inside line with Shane Meehan and Mark Rogers. Very strong Clare team. Colin Malone wing back, Stritch and Taylor at midfield, Cleary, Lean and Dylan McMahon the full back line, and Ever Quinnigan back in goal. So it's kind of coming towards championship time now, and I get the feeling that Brian now wants to not only build and continue building momentum, but ratchet it up a small bit. And this is, I say, a very, very strong Clare team. It'll be sticky down in Dr. Cullen Park, no question. But I suppose if you look at the form line, like Clare were very comfortable winners over Antrim. Okay, they'll have made strides since, but Antrim were then rather comfortable against Carlow as well. You know, maybe not week to week, form can sometimes change, but I would expect, Clare would be well warned after last weekend now. I think that they got the proverbial kick up the hindquarters for a lot of that game last weekend, and I do expect a response, and I think management have responded by making those 6 changes.
Yeah, and it's definitely not what Carlow want to hear, that this is the kind of lineup he's going with, looking ahead to championship. They maybe would have preferred to have met Clare a little earlier in the league schedule, but anyway, that one's 6 o'clock in Carlow for that Division 1B clash. At the same time, you can also hear action on Clare FM from Mick Neville Park in Rathkeale, where not 100% record, but certainly really good recent form. Paul Madden's side, after 2 opening defeats, looking to make it 3 wins on the bounce. This is the first of the Limerick-Clare clashes we're going to talk about from Division 3 of the National Football League. How are Paul Madden's side set heading into this one? Chances, even though Limerick have home advantage, chances of making it 3 out of 3? Yeah,
very good. Clare coming in off the back of the win. Limerick lost out in Sligo in a game that they would have probably thought they might have been able to sneak. Okay, got a man sent off. That probably made a bit of a difference coming down the home stretch, and he's obviously missing this weekend as well. So I think Paul will be well aware that a 3rd win takes them out of the relegation talk. You can then approach your last 2 games. We've Wexford at home and Sligo away to finish it out. 10 points should have you in the mix if that's what we end up on, but I think what's going to kill us, and it'll be a sickener, is the Westmeath head-to-head. Yeah. I think ultimately when we sit down here in a couple of weeks' time, that's probably the result we'll pinpoint as being the killer from a promotion perspective. But certainly for building momentum ahead of the championship, which isn't that far away now when Kerry come to the park here, that's what he'll be looking for. Get more bodies on the field. I think Mark McInerney's a bit of a doubt for this weekend. Chances are he'll be named, but they'll probably test him late to see how he's getting on with that leg injury. But this will be a real leveller, and we'll preview the game later on Sideline View. I had a good chat with Paddy Carmody on it. But Evan Talty's presence in the Limerick backroom team, I think, is critical here from a Clare point of view. And people will say he would say that he's your neighbour, but he is.
How many of the state secrets
that's
can
the thing.
he? Yeah.
Like Dermot Coughlin is the fella that pulls the strings for Clare. Evan is his club coach, so he knows what Dermot likes and doesn't like.
But then also, I suppose Paul Madden will know this. Will he look to try and? Well, you see, there's only so much of that he can really change and cover up.
No, I think you have to go with what works for you.
Yeah.
And worry about everybody else trying to stop it, because otherwise you risk upsetting yourself too much and confusing yourself as much as anybody else. So it'll make it intriguing, that's all. I think it's going to be a real tough test. Rathkeale is a tricky little venue. The field there can play soft enough sometimes, and that'll play into it as well this weekend. Don't think there's anybody breaking out the factor 50 just yet, so that'll certainly be a factor. But as you say, we'll have both games live, in inverted commas, will be crossing over and back. They're both starting at 6 o'clock, so we'll coordinate it as best we can, but at the end of the day you will know how both games finish, which is the key thing.
I think that kind of coverage is exciting for listeners as well, though. If something more important has happened in another game, you're back and forth and it keeps it fresh and you're kept up to date and across everything as well, so it's a good approach.
Yeah, it certainly is. And we'll have the hurling, just to explain to people I suppose how it'll work. The hurling will be full live online on our website, and we'll share out that link through social media messages and the rest of it.
Okay.
And the football then will be on air primarily, and we'll, as you say, we'll switch over and back. So you'll be kept abreast both ways.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Elsewhere in the next Limerick Clare fixture, it's from Division 1B of the Centra Camogie League. Clare also on the road for that one. 2 o'clock throw in tomorrow in Cappamore.
Yeah, and looking to build off the back of a very positive performance. There was all the talk about the pitch that's all parked now, thankfully. If Wexford,
quite the aftermath on that one, wasn't there?
Yeah, but the only thing I would say though is if Wexford were that bothered, they'd have played on the Astro, or they would have agreed to go west of Innis to find a pitch that would have been available. So I think there's a lot of.
Can you understand there's some people who have concerns about playing on Astro?
Well, I think if the alternative,
although if it's the preferable option
if
to us,
like the rain that fell was chronic, and fair play to Mick for putting their venue up for selection, and the issues around the dressing room and the showers and all that. Had the game been played on the Astro, like a lot of games there at the moment, it would have killed all that. But however, Clare go to Cappamore, I think, in a strong position. If they beat Limerick, they'll be most likely in the 1B final. I'd say pretty much in it, to be honest about it, which would be great, back where they were last year, and they'll look to go that one step further. So yeah, I think it's a big opportunity. Lorna McNamara coming back into that team is fantastic. She's really, really added to that forward line with Zian Spillane, and Anya Loughlin is there to catch fire as well. So I think there's a lot of positives from a Clare perspective heading down the road tomorrow.
Okay, and the final Limerick Clare fixture is also Limerick have home advantage for this one as well. Gerald Griffins GAA for the Division 3 ladies football clash.
Yeah, and again,
that's on Sunday.
It's on Sunday, 2 o'clock. Yeah, so like that's again is a Clare team looking to build on positivity. There was a lot of stuck in the mud stuff, I suppose, in the first couple of games, and it was hard to see a way out of it. But they found it, in fairness to them, last Sunday, and credit to the management and everybody else that kind of cracked the whip and got things going. So they need to get another win. One more win will keep them safe in Division 3. Like, promotion is long gone. It's now just about safety. Yeah. So get that win. They'll be comfortable enough. They can then take the pressure off a little bit. Like, there's nothing worse than being in a group searching for a win, can't get your breath, and everyone's down on top of you. All of a sudden then you win and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think they'll run through the tunnel if they get the 3 points again this weekend. So that'll be their focus. Build on another positive performance and hopefully keep things ticking over. Okay, you're certainly not short of things to talk about in Sideline View. No, we've another couple of bits as well, because Cullen are in the All-Ireland Junior B Camogie final. They're playing in Banagher in Offaly tomorrow afternoon, and also up in the Connacht GAA Centre of Excellence in Beacon there, the Rice College are in the All-Ireland Senior D Boys football semi-final. So there's quite, people call this a quiet time of year. It's anything but, let me tell you. There's lots and lots of action going on. It's a credit to the underage system in Clare that you've one team in an Ireland junior camogie final, another team in a senior football semi-final, and of course during the week we had Clonmel winning that Munster developmental title as well, which a lot of people may not think much of, but for those clubs in West Clare that are trying to keep things going, to have lads with a Munster medal in their back pocket at schools level is huge. So for Kevin Mack and the crew back there, that's savage work for them to be doing. So it's all good at the moment. Okay, rest assured folks, he'll get it all in this evening for 6. Derrick, we wish you well with that. Thanks very much for filling us in, and make sure you check out Derrick and the lads, be it in Carlow or in Rathkeale, on Saturday evening from 6.